So Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert have now fell in line, and they're outside the courtroom parroting every word that Donald Trump says. Matt Gaetz sent out this tweet, which was basically a dog whistle to the Proud Boys. It said, "Standing back and standing by President Trump." Matt Gaetz always has to let us know exactly who he is. And he says that he wasn't asked to be there, but basically what he's doing is he's admitting out loud that they're there to help Trump violate his gag order. Take a look at this clip.
Here of our own volition, because there are things we can say that President Trump is unjustly not allowed to say. This is a corrupt judge. These are corrupted witnesses. This is a corrupt prosecution that belies any sense of the facts or the law. And so we're going to keep speaking out against this. We're going to keep fighting against this. And we will head back to Washington as House conservatives, saying that these undemocratic efforts must be stopped. They must be defunded. We must use our Article 1 powers to stand against election interference.
So he basically has said word for word what we've been hearing Donald Trump say every day outside the courtroom. I mean, if you put a clip of Matt Gaetz up beside Donald Trump and just hit play, they would read the exact same way, because that's what they're there for. But it's not going so well for them, because people sees through them. People sees them for the bootlickers they really are, especially this guy. Take a look at this.
Over to the leader of the House Freedom Caucus, my friend Bob Good.
Thank you, Congressman Gaetz.
You know, I have to admit that I absolutely love seeing a troll get trolled. I love seeing a bully get bullied. And man, does he ever get trolled hard in this next one.
Are you a pedophile, Congressman? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz? Are you a pedophile, Congressman? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile, Congressman Gaetz?
Yeah, that was pretty brutal, but it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And of course, Lauren Boebert showed up, and she got trolled pretty hard too when people began to chant Beetlejuice at her. Take a look at this one.
I want all of the news to start asking the question, what is the crime? Because everyone in this court has not been informed of what the crime is. The defendant does not know the crime that was committed.
So what we have here is a clear-cut case of some trolls getting trolled, and I enjoy it. I have to admit, I do find it entertaining, because these people have trolled for so long, and they've made fun and mocked everyone so long, that to see them get it back just a little bit is entertaining, especially when the good liars showed up and tried to get her to sign a copy of Beetlejuice. That was pretty damn funny. But when you put yourself in that position and you go out there and you be a troll and you make fun of someone for the way they speak, then you better be on your toes at all times. But Lauren Boebert is definitely not on her toes in this next clip.
And unfortunately, I haven't seen Joe Biden even read a teleprompter properly.
So yeah, tell us again how Joe Biden can't complete a sentence. Look, I'm actually not here to throw stones at Lauren Boebert over this one, because I get tongue-tied on a daily basis. I get tongue-tied all the time making these videos. I may do it before this video ends. And I forget where I'm at sometimes. I'll walk all the way to my car and forget my keys. I have went all the way to the store and stood there in the store going, what did I come in here for? I've walked out of the store and went, where did I park? And I'm 44 years old. So I'm not here to throw stones at anyone for getting tongue-tied, but they do it on a daily basis. Every day they make fun of Joe Biden for his stutter. They say that he can't complete a sentence, that he doesn't know where he is. So when you see them trip up and fall over their own words, it's just kind of karma coming back at them. And you can't help but find it entertaining, because they're the ones out here making a career putting other people down. But Lauren Boebert, she will always fall in line, and she will always do whatever MAGA does. And I really believe that she is a trend follower. I believe once the whole MAGA movement dies of its own bad breath and the next horrible thing rises up, I'd say she'll just roll right on into that one. But you can always count on her to come up with the talking points, and you can always count on her to make excuses for Donald Trump. And this is a new one. They're coming up with every excuse in the world as to why he's fallen asleep in the courtroom, and we should have known that Lauren Boebert would have went here with it. Take a look.
Not going to work. And with that, I yield back.
You know, every so often, Mr. Garcia, maybe you could just lift up that picture of our President Trump sleeping. As you say, I think he's praying. But if he is sleeping, you know, he certainly looks pretty while he sleeps. Maybe it's an endearing moment of prayer, though. I know when I fall asleep on airplanes, you know, my mouth kind of drops open, and, you know, his mouth is kind of tight-lipped, so maybe it's just a somber moment of
I mean,
thought.
he's sleeping. It's been reported by multiple press outlets.
I was in the
that
courtroom
he's
today,
sleeping.
and I could see why someone would fall asleep, just like George Conway fell asleep today. In the court hearing. You know, it's kind of slow in there. It's not as exciting as the House Oversight Committee, But I just wanted to say that's a lovely picture you have of President Trump, Mr. Garcia. Thank you. And I yield.
Gentlelady yields.
So the guy that said he doesn't see why he would ever ask for forgiveness is praying. The guy that can't name one book in the Bible is praying. The guy that can't tell you what his favorite verse is, he's praying in court. Really? But that's the best she could come up with, because notice she didn't say, hey, it's a lie. He was sitting up wide awake. He was perked up. They're lying on him. No, she didn't say that. She had to come up with some excuse, and that's the best one that she could pull out of her ass, and it's pretty pathetic. But you know, when these people come out here and they get trolled, the reason I find it so entertaining is because they put themselves in that position. And I've seen this happen so many times, and I'm sure you guys know someone in your life who puts themselves in a position to be trolled, and then they'll sit back and whine and complain about being trolled, but you're kind of like, you know what? You brought it on yourself. You know, I used to play out in dive bars a lot, and I would be playing these places. There used to be this guy came out to the bar, and every time he showed up, he was always dressed completely different. One day he may show up in a suit and tie, and he would get out on the dance floor and do the most ridiculous dance moves you've ever seen, say the most cringeworthy things to people and the most cringeworthy things to women. Then the next week he may show up dressed like he's playing basketball, like wearing a Larry Bird outfit with big socks pulled up. The next week he might have on overalls, a straw hat, and a hayseed out of his mouth. He was clearly going out of his way to be noticed and be recognized. Well, then when people started to troll him and people started to kind of poke some fun at him, he got all butthurt and was like, oh, I can't believe, I ain't coming back here no more, man. These people just make fun of me. And I'm like, well, dude, you kind of put yourself in that position. You kind of set yourself up for it. And that's how I feel with Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert, all of the MAGA clowns. They put themselves right in the line of fire. And then they sit back and say that we're cruel for pointing it out, or that we're, you're showing these clips of us, how dare you? Well, you went to a theater and you gave a guy a hand job where kids was present, okay? You said and groped a dude where kids was present. And anyone should know that there's cameras in public places. You're a congresswoman. Anyone should know that when you walk out the door, you're going to have a camera in your face. So the fact that they're trolling you now and chanting Beetlejuice, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel bad. Why would I? You put yourself in that place. Matt Gaetz put himself in that place. Everyone can see them for the bootlickers they are. Now, I know there's some who would say, well, that's not what our party is. Our side shouldn't do that. Our side shouldn't stoop to that level. Well, we can sit back and we can point at charts and graphs all day, and we can show them facts and evidence all day, and they're going to call it fake news. They're going to tell us that that's not true. They're going to say that it's rigged. It's all a hoax. So it's kind of like from the movie Animal House, and I'm borrowing from James Carville. He's the one that made this point. But it's like from the movie Animal House where the guy stands up and says, I think what we need here is ridicule. That's kind of where we're at with these people, because there's nothing else that's ever going to stick. There's nothing else that's ever going to register with those people. I hate having to get down on that level. I think we should still keep our eye on the ball, and we should still keep working hard to try to come up with better ideas and solutions for the American people. And we should always be willing to reach across the aisle and shake hands, but we cannot shake hands with clenched fists. We cannot reach across and shake hands with people who has their fist clenched and who will not accept Joe Biden as a legitimate president, who will not listen to a word our side has to say. And then when they come out here and they stand there and they're violating his gag order for him, they're parroting every word that he says. Okay, so somebody trolled him. I'm not going to feel sorry for him. I'm not going to feel sorry for him if that's how they're remembered. If those clips goes viral and they go around and that's what they become known for, good. Let them become known for that. We'll be over here. We'll be the voice of reason. But I say let them go out there and just make fools of themselves. I mean, they do it on a daily basis. And they do it right in front of the camera. They do it right in front of the camera, and then they wonder why people capitalize on it and use it for content. Well, you're low-hanging fruit. I mean, what else is there to say?